Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. Oh, we're so done with this. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Anyway, we're here for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is the reunion part 3. This could have been one episode. We could have wrapped it up all in an hour. They done wasted my time. 3 weeks of my time. This ain't gonna, I will not be before you long, okay? I will not be before you long. Picking up where we left off, Anthony gets hung up on because he's just messy, lying, and lying. So Andy hangs up on him. Then we got Drew and Sheree going back and forth over the bullshit. They going back and forth over Anthony. Then we going back and forth over whether or not Sheree owes Drew. Whether or not Drew owes some people out there. I'm over it. I'm over it. Sheree said she ain't paying Drew. So I guess that's that. Drew said, well, I mean, I guess I'm an investor in She by Sheree. So there it is. Then we talk about Fatum, you know. And Sheree basically sitting by while her friend was just doing the most. And Sheree feels like I can't control what people say. And they're like, girl, that's your friend. You definitely should make it known that you don't condone what she's doing because she did way too much. Way too much. Then we're talking about the props. Drew and the bones and all of that. Drew say, hey, I'm an actor. What can I say? I love my props. Always got to be ready. Drew, it's just like everybody just be laughing at Drew. She's always just left in the dark while everybody laughs at her. I really hope that she doesn't play this role next season. You know, if in the event she comes back, I don't think she would not come back. You know, it would be a thing if they didn't ask her to come back. But Drew, let's be different. Let's be different in the next season, in season 15. She did, however, appreciate Sheree and Sonya for, you know, showing up and visiting her after she hurt her Achilles and had to have surgery and all of that. So she thanks them for that, for visiting her when she got hurt. Andy says that they both went at it about, you know, husbands and finances and, you know, so where are you guys now? And Drew and Sheree both look, you know, where we at. They don't like each other. Just say that. Just say, I don't really like her like that. You know, we can move on. They cut, you know, to commercial, and then Sheree and Drew, they got to hash it out some more. They still talking. And then finally, Andy is like, listen, it's just, Anthony just wasn't the one. It's just safe to say that he wasn't a good person. You know, y'all really going back and forth, and it was him. He's the one that you both should be upset with, you know, instead of one another. When we come back, you know, before that, you know, the men there in their dressing rooms, you know, laughing about, you know, what's to come. Todd Todd say, I've been broke about, you know, for the past, ever since I got here, I've been broke. And they make it seem like I don't never make no money. And so I know that's what we about to talk about. And then you got Ralph over there being a gaslighter, and Ross is aggressive. And so, yeah, y'all ready to go out here and hash this out? You know, they say they ready. The men, you know, they join the stage now. Y'all, Ross in his suit. Whew. Yes. Ross in that white. Now Ralph in his white. We ain't gonna pretend like Ralph in his white wasn't hitting, but Ross in his white, perfection. Todd looked nice too. You know, Todd was a little yang around the house. Todd was cute or whatever. But Ross, that's a good looking man. Go ahead, Sonya. Anyway, Ross and Sonya, you know, we talk about them and the baby. They're both, you know, they're back on the same page. Cool. Andy asked him about, him stepping up for Sonya in Jamaica, and him getting the aggressive edit. How did that feel? Whatever. How'd you feel about Kenya's comment? And he says, I understood where she was coming from, but her word choice, she could have used a different word, because aggressive, we all know, is a negative connotation on Black people in general. And so, yeah, she shouldn't have done that. Kenya, how you feel about that? She agrees. Kenya, she don't back down off of what she said, but it's just like, well, I really just wanted somebody to stand up for me. That's really what it was. But I didn't feel like he was going to hurt anybody or do nothing to anybody. You good. She said they cool. They spoke after that anyway, because they were on the same flight headed back. We flip to Kandi and Todd. Talk about Marlo's comments and everything like that. Marlo, yeah, and before I even get into this, she's on an apology tour, because everything that anybody wants to confront her on, it's just, I'm sorry. I just want to apologize about that, because I'm sorry. I just want to apologize about that. I'm gonna apologize for that. I know I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry. My bad. Y'all forgive me. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I probably shouldn't have gone there. I know I was wrong, but I'm so sorry. Keep your sorry. I don't know what to do with them. I can't use them. Don't y'all get me to going into the monologue, into the sorry monologue. It plays on a loop in my head anytime I hear the word sorry. Cause it's like, I don't know what to do with that sorry. Keep it. I don't use the sorries. Okay, they don't open doors. They don't bring me the morning paper. They don't bring the sun out. Okay? Talking about you sorry. Anyway, Andy reads a question about Todd, being for the streets and all of that. Again, Todd ain't thinking about the rumors. He ain't worried about no rumors. He ain't worried about none of that. He don't care about what Marlo was saying. None of that. We see that Todd redid his condo. Very nice. Kandi, she has another play coming out called Piano Man. She got some heavy hitters in it. We got Samuel Jackson. She named a few A-listers. And I said, okay, all right. But she says that, she has that going on. And so they'll be out there in New York staying at the new condo. So she good with the condo. About this comment that she don't want Ty remarrying, if something happens to her. Ty is like, well, I just felt like she just loved me so much that she didn't want me going and being in love with nobody else. That ain't what it is. Kandi say, listen, my great granddaddy or her granddaddy. I think she said her granddaddy. Her granddaddy passed. No, grandmama passed. Grandmama passed. Granddaddy remarried. Then granddaddy passed. And so step grandmama was in charge of the money. And I'm assuming she had Mama Joyce, Nora, and Aunt Bertha chasing after their daddy money. I'm assuming that's what it is, because listen, Mama Joyce don't be playing about that money. And I feel like that's why. Because she saw it. She saw that happen in real time. And that was very real for her, basically being left out when you should be the one to inherit, your father's things, money, all that. Step grandmama probably still got that money tied up. Oh, sorry ass girl, get them girls their money. Get them people what they just do is grandmama lady. Got Kandi out here. Kandi can't even, live her life the way she should, because you shouldn't be living in that type of, I wouldn't say it's fear, but that shouldn't be at the forefront of your mind that if I go, he might remarry and that bitch is going to take everything that I've worked hard for. Like, why you thinking past your death? Anyway, because once you gone, you really can't control what the people do, among the living. I'm gonna get off the soapbox. But I'm assuming step grandmama didn't want to divvy up the funds. Then we get the shady packages. We got Drew's shady package with Ralph. Did you fire the assistant? He says he did. And then he goes, he's another one. He has it all figured out now, he's been to therapy. And so we got all of we using all the buzzwords, triggered, my vibrating on my higher on a higher frequency. I know that I was triggering her, and I have to speak to her calmly and nicely. I know that I wasn't really treating my wife good, and so I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. And she turned around, oh, thank you, Ralph. Both of them full of shit. Both of them. What about, Kenya and Marlo and them confronting Ralph, about him not adopting Josiah. We let Kenya say what she had to say, but Marlo got drugged a little bit. Marlo once again, oh, and I'm so sorry for that. I apologize for that. It really wasn't my place to say. Okay. It's almost like Drew and Ralph, they watched the show. They got with some people, that can help them. Some PR people. And we just decided we're just gonna come back like we've done some self-work. We have to show that we have some growth. We have to show that. And as it pertains to Marlo, they told her, apologize. Say you sorry over and over and over again. Because really, what can you say past that? You confront somebody with what they said, and then they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I know I shouldn't have said that. What are you supposed to do after that? Stay mad? You're going to look like the jerk now. And Marlo knows that, which is why she apologizing to everybody for everything. What about Drew? And, drop it with Drew and all of that. Drew says she felt like there was a lack of support for Drop It with Drew from all the ladies across the board. Like, they kind of laughed at her. And they did. They were all very shady. And when it came to Drop It with Drew, because they didn't believe it from the beginning. Granted, she made it seem like she was, the creator of it all, and that this was something she started when she was just the face of it. She was very vague. I mean, she was very evasive about that. I wouldn't even say she lied, because she didn't flat out say that it was hers, but she was evasive about it. Talking about she and her business partner, that sort of thing. When the business partner, that's her business. Anyway, she ain't like Sheree's comment about her being a busted can of biscuits. She was just like, the constructive criticism I can take, but y'all was just being mean. And that was true. That was true. She got up and showed us her gains, so she has been working on her body. And she ain't got to prove nothing to them hoes, please. Everybody up there done laid up to look the way they look. So, and by laid up, I mean on somebody's operating table. You ain't the only one. You are not the only one. Although you are the only one trying to make it seem like you built the body up, naturally, like you was really in the gym getting it together. I mean, you might be now. You might be now, because you do have to get in that gym and maintain. Anyway, Ralph got a little smoke for Sheree, because she's been relentless in dragging Drew and him. And he's like, you know for a fact that I'm not gay. And I don't know for a fact. I don't know that for a fact. I don't believe you're gay, but I don't know that for a fact. I don't know that for a fact. Ralph is like, and I've been respectful to you. I'm trying to figure out why you would try to basically weaponize being gay. Like, why would you use it like a slur against me? I'm like, good one, Ralph. That'll get the people going there. That'll get the people back on your side, because I ain't like that either. It's like, so, okay, so if he was, so what? Granted, it ain't so what, because he's married to a woman. So it wouldn't be so what, but it still would be like, you tried to throw it out there like it was a slur. You really did. Instead of just saying, Ralph be out here in these streets. You threw gay on him, knowing what that would do. Girl, you are not slick. You are not slick. Anyway, I'm moving on. Drew, she's asked about her argumentative behavior with her husband, when he tried to, do something nice for her. And once again, like I said, they've been in therapy, so she knows and acknowledges that she's his trigger, and that's exactly what she did. He recognizes the mistakes he's made as well. They asked Ross how he feels about Ralph and how he speaks to Drew. Ross he just said he gonna change and he don't really like it. So yeah. Like, I agree with what he said. I don't think he should speak to her that way. No. Don't be dragging Ross in this. Ross say, I ain't got nothing to do with that. We talk about the book. She ain't really appreciate him not including her in that whole process. He done flew her out somewhere with a nice gesture, nice dinner, all of that. But after he had already signed the deal, and she didn't even know he was out there shopping for a book deal. So she felt a way about that. And no, they wasn't in this moment. They didn't even look like they was on the same page, because he was looking at her like, did you really just blow up my spot? Like, that's not the response that we rehearsed. Why are you going off the script? That's the look he gave her. Anyway, he says that there are 3 reasons why anybody would adopt, because we're talking about the book. So what are the 3 reasons a stepfather, I should say, would adopt, a child that's not his? He says 1 will be the father is deceased. 2, the father gives up, their parental rights. And 3, what did I say 3 was? 3 and 3. Candy say, what you put in the book? I don't remember. I just, I don't know. Bye, Ralph. Bye. We ain't buying that book. We ain't buying that book. Somebody going on a book tour. Ty say, yeah, we going with all the guys. The first stop is Tampa. And before Andy excuses the husbands, Ross says, and I just got one thing to say. What you got to say, Ross? Don't fuck with my wife. He had to say it one more time. Anyway, okay, now we back with the girls. Now we talking about Candy and Marlo's, breakdown. We show all those times Marlo and Sheree were just sitting there dragging Candy. Now, of course, again, Marlo's backpedaling. I shouldn't have said this. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said you've done nothing for the community. I know, of course, you've done stuff for the community. I'm so sorry. Sheree, do you think that you're a friend to Candy because you want her to be your best, good girlfriend? Have you been that for her? Sheree says, not now, but in the beginning I was. Sheree, you ain't never been nobody's friend. You ain't never been nobody's friend. Please. Candy is like, girl, there have been plenty of times where you have not shared with me stuff people have said about me. In your face, in your presence. There have been times you didn't run it back to me at all. We flipped back a few seasons when she and Kim are talking, and Kim is telling Sheree that Candy wanted to lick her box, and she never brought that back to Candy. So we do it to each other, girl. I don't understand why you expect so much more from me. Andy asked Ty, what do you think about Marlo saying that you're below Candy's tax bracket? And he says, everybody in this room is below Candy's tax bracket. And that's how you clear it. That's how you clear it, Todd. That's how you clear it. Marlo talking about some, not Andy. Girl, okay. Excluding Andy, we already know that. But y'all, yeah. Y'all below. Y'all below it. I'm so tired of talking about this show. Whew, I'll be glad when we get to the end. I feel like I'm about to skip some stuff, and I really don't even care, guys. Did Ty really call Candy a country bumpkin? No, he didn't call his wife a country bumpkin. Marlo has a question, though. You said I paid to get in the circle. How much I paid to get in? And then Ty said, oh, so you called for me? Well, but what I meant by that was you was a bit thirsty, a bit dehydrated. You remember that trip to South Africa? Yeah, you paid for it. I paid for my own trip. Yep. Pay for your own flight. All of your arrangements, you paid for them on your own because you wanted to be around these group of ladies so bad. So yeah, you paid. Did I pay for my room? And then Andy's over there co-signing like it's looking like yeah. I remember that. You paid for your flight. So I was like, I work production. I work behind the scenes. You paid. You paid to be up and through here. So yeah, you paid. I don't know how much you paid. However much your plane ticket was. However much your room and board was. However much it was, sis, that's what you paid to be amongst the Housewives crew. Marlo was just sitting there shook. Look, I mean, just looking cheap. What can you say though? Anyway. We talk about the whole worldwide comment, and she's not saying that Kandi, and she's saying that Kandi was not worldwide. What do you mean by that? And she says that yes, she's worldwide. When she said that, she meant that she doesn't run in the same circles I run in. That is not what you meant. But if that's what if that's what you're gonna go with. Basically, she's saying she run in the high society circles and Kandi runs in the hip-hop circles. I said, not hip-hop. Oh, that was a microaggression. You tried it, but okay. You tried it. Like Kandi is fried chicken and you are prime rib. Girl, I don't like that. I don't like that. Kandi is more hip-hop. So, she can get in the scenes in Atlanta, basically. I can go overseas and I can go and get into any fashion house that I want to. I can go to Italy and get into any fashion house that I want to. Kandi, not so much, because she's hip hop. They were looking like, oh, okay. Child, please. They were laughing at her. Because what you mean, girl? Kandi said no. Kenya says if Kandi goes into Gucci, they gonna take her to the back. She going to Chanel, they gonna take her to the back. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Marlo says she high fashion. She ain't hip hop. She ain't Tags Boutique. She ain't Perimeter Mall. And Perimeter Mall is a good mall. So I don't know what she's talking about. She tried it. She really did. So it's a good thing that Marlo had that chicken from Jamaica because now, she and Kandi were able to work it out. Kandi says, listen, I don't be forgiving like that. My husband does though. And so since it was mainly what she had to say was about him, if he forgives her, I guess I could too. So she just let it go. It is what it is. She's, it's behind her. She gonna move forward. And of course, Marlo, she apologizes again and says that, I'm going to put the action behind it now. This is what I plan to do moving forward. Kandi look at her like, that would mean so much more. That would mean more. Girl, I done heard it all, girl. She don't want to hear no more. Don't even say the words, I'm sorry. That lady say change behavior. I mean, just do it. Don't talk about what you're going to do, what you plan on doing, how you plan on being, girl. Just be, please. Andy asked them to share something positive that they all take away, blah, 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 blah. Sheree has a gift. Andy normally brings out something for the ladies, but she has a gift. She will out this rack of She by Sheree that's not on the site. And they all like, oh, that's nice bag. I hate it. What she showed in the fashion show, nice. But I don't like that emblem, that star, the whole thing. It just looks cheap to me. It just looks cheap. Cheaply made, all that. It just looks cheap. I ain't with it, Sheree. You gonna have to pay that designer so you can get the good stuff on the site. Because what you have up there, nope. Lies. And then it's like, yeah, because of course Andy got a hoodie. He's like, I can get this right now. I can go in there. No, Andy, no. And she knew it. Anyway, that's where we end. We are done with this. I'm so glad. I'll be back for Potomac, of course. I was reviewing Salt Lake City, but it didn't get views like that. And so I ain't gonna come back for that. But I mean, I'll be watching it because we finna see all this Jen Shah stuff play out. But I'll absolutely be back here to review the Housewives of Potomac. So I'll see you guys for that. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.